Today is Saturday, 11th February 2017. It is 2100 hours Central European Time. Even though it's just half an hour past midnight, not even, I already was sleeping. I went to bed at probably around 10 or a little later today. And I just was brought up with magnificent torture. My dear North American pieces of shit. Useless, clueless, fucked up and brain dead and incompetent as you are. I just got utilizing US accesses, with which I mean US infrastructure, hardware infrastructure, hereabouts in the vicinity and also via Albion, attacked in a grotesque mixture of ways, utilizing recordings shoved in at what was attempted to be a slow-mo version or something, utilizing completely wrong internal connections, namely to the extent that when I mentioned yesterday or the day before yesterday that they tried to shove any shit into the visual cortex, even though it had absolutely no business there, just bombard the visual cortex with any shit. Today, right now, they bombarded some other part with stuff that does not belong there. I'm not perfectly sure which part that was. I cannot as easily identify it as I was able to identify it being the visual cortex. That goes pretty, you can tell if anything pertaining to seeing is being messed with. I have no idea what they bombarded this time around, but it was blindly shoving all manners of content possible to another destination, so to speak. In addition to that, there was multi-layered fakery for extraction protocol purposes and for displaying what allegedly is going on to other people, including a faked attempt at discrediting the virtual wargaming shit with allegedly coercing onto the descriptors of my proxy devices backgrounds to a setting of war games that I was allegedly unfamiliar with, right? I was shoved via the minus fields, invited to interpret it as Age of Sail, and it was, sailing ships and whatnot. But it was not. It had nothing to do, and it was not a virtual descriptor. Those are not virtual descriptors. This is the actual descriptor fields of the proxy devices for the virtual wargaming shit. It was nothing like that. That whole topic of things, of technologies, got discredited. My point, North America, there exists from months and months and months ago now, 4 months I think, or something like that ago, the recent European annihilation table, where everything that's red has to go. And as I made very clear just a few days ago, Albion is practically in the anti-life equation, which really means you can start any day starting nuking, ABCing, we've had that in the past, atomically, biologically, chemically, or just destructively, in whichever motherfucker way, sinking that bloody island. Because even though the attacks came from locally, they also came from Albion and included Albion fuckers. But via US ID, not flavored, not fake ID. Actually, there was attempts for fake IDing in spite of the actual IDing being there anyhow. So, how do I explain this to you? Here, I'm not sure if this is the best thing. This is a ball pen, right? Sorry, the camera does not pick this up. This is a ball pen, right? Okay, so it's like, oh, you're being attacked with a ball pen. To believe it is a ball pen. It is a ball pen, okay? And that's the kind of shit they pulled via US infrastructure, hardware infrastructure, that at the same time, allegedly is being used unbeknownst to people. Just that I know that the same fucking hardware, because there is just so much hardware over these 4 years, I've seen all of it utilized. The same, I'm not talking about the proxy device, I'm talking about the nodes on the way in, okay? That is what I'm talking. Those are NSA owned, so to speak. NSA owned specifically. And fuckers again are playing, well, we're sorry, we don't know about this. Some bastard must be, it must be the Martians, or if not, it must be the Russians, and if not, it must be the ancient Egyptians for the time travel, or it must be whoever. My dear fucking North Americans, start with Albion maybe? If you don't want to start with your own bitch queens, if you don't want to start with your own fucking allergies, start with fucking Albion. Just start with fucking Albion. Okay? That will not take care of your own bitch queens, of your own lurchies. That will not take care of the Ugogas. That will not take care of the fucking outbound and the delusional royalists here. But it will take care of fucking Albion. Okay? In addition to that, I want to inform you that the constant sabotaging routines they constantly have on for, 2 years now, and especially their latest reworkings, use up so much juice internally that it took me several minutes to actually all more indirectly gather that they at the same time try to shove certain sliders into the minus negative again. What do I mean with that? Typically, that is instantly recognized, namely in a very telltale fashion. It's like if you get hit over the head, you can tell. If I were to poke this into my eye, for real, I don't mean virtual shit, for real, I could instantly tell there's shit in my eye and it's supposed to be there, okay? And it would hurt like hell. I am being so juiced out, so to speak, that my entire fucking nervous system cannot even deliver the feedback anymore that this shit is going on. Which I don't explain this right. You are out there, part of you are out there not buying any shit because the littlest shit that you think is being done through these technologies would make me scream in bloody agony. Well, I got news for you. All of that happened back in 2013. 2013. We're 2017 now. All of that happened in 2013. I was screaming in bloody agony. But no more. Because they've botched, I defended myself. I liberated myself from the vast majority of these technologies, and everything that is still there is just remaining underlying natural functionality that is being hijacked and abused. All the apps are gone, okay? I destroyed the infrastructure to the brain, which is another little thing, because all of you little test subjects out there most likely still have a to-the-brain infrastructure, which adds in, even though you don't understand what a to-the-brain infrastructure is, because you think the fucking proxy tick is everything, or you think it's the fucking Martians or something. I have screamed bloody murder. I screamed in agony back in 2013. That is a long time ago. They have sabotaged my entire nervous system so badly that it took me several minutes to actually see all of the virtual elements, such as the sliders, right? A slider. You have in your body the slider positioning, not just tied to working effects in your body, but the positioning of the slider itself is being made feelable in the body, in the brain, say. It used to be that if you brought the sliders down, I actually felt the sliders go down through my brain, so to speak, and my, I guess, backbone. That making it feelable hasn't really worked for 2 years now. I mean, hardly. Okay? That being noticeable. What am I trying to explain? You don't fucking get it, because you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. What I am saying is that, and I say this not to fucking America, who is to fucking nuke fucking Albion, but I'm saying this to the fucking torturers out there. Chances, because at the same time, all kinds of shit was shoved through the field for immediate extraction, what I allegedly thought and how I allegedly reacted to the torture and whatnot. So what I am trying to explain to you is, your routines so use up my brain's juice that you're shoving the sliders to minus infinity for torturing purposes does not even register in a torturing way at all, and only minutes later did I at all realize, oh, I guess that's because they shoved the sliders down to minus infinity again. Okay? Not just is your torture pointless, it is at this point pointless even in such an extent that I have no more juice in my nervous system to make the whole thing even at all remotely feelable to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or do you not understand what I'm saying? So, dear North Americans, I would truly appreciate if you were to fucking tell the NSA that no, nobody hacked their hardware infrastructure here in Europe somewhere, the nodes for these technologies. Nobody did. Nobody. They let them use that. Nobody hacked them. Nobody conquered them in some war game or any shit like that. They actively let to use them. Someone in fucking America has to talk to the fucking NSA that they are not to do that they are not to leave fucking Albion filth and fucking local filth utilize their hardware. That would really be of aid, and thereupon someone has to get the fucking armed forces to fucking nuke fucking Albion. Okay? If you can get yourself to nuke Albion, feel free to nuke parts of your own territory, because as I have explained in the past, some of North America, especially on the West Coast, especially California, what with all the bitch queens there, the easiest way would be to nuke some of these places. If you don't want to do that, I thought that again for the umpteenth time before I went to bed, I mean, as in this evening, or, you know, like 5 hours ago or something, well, 6 hours ago maybe, it was a little early in the evening. The nobodies in the armed forces of what used to be the USA in particular, but also Canada, are cordially invited to, in order to have at all anything with which they might be able to one day defend them. And with nobody, I mean not the fucking Pentagon and not any higher brass. I mean the lower ranks of nobodies. If they don't want to be collectively put down, come the liberation of mankind, they will have to have done something for mankind at that point. If they can't be asked to sort out their own fucking continent, and if they can't be asked to sort out Albion, they might perhaps come to Finland and just, so to speak, conquer from, say, the fucking Upland and all the fucking predecessor countries of Finland, control so that I can come to official power, for example. Okay? So one of you fuckers have to do something. And to the torturers once more, your shit is being made ineffective by your shit. Okay? This was the kind of torture again, where, as I said, also all kinds of shit was shoved through the field, which really means that it's the kind of torture that once more I suspect is being put on display for some fuckers to be hoodwinked. You know, oh, Bunny fuck, here, torture him, oh, let's see him scream. When Bunny fuck doesn't torture me, and when I don't scream. But I'm sure to Bunny fuck, there I was screaming in agony. Okay? Bunny fuck used as an example here. Could be any fucking idiot out there. I did not scream in fucking agony. Yes, it woke me up. It did that. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that happens if you shove shit into proxy fields on my brain's frequency. Okay? But other than that, it annoyed me. Because I meant to sleep, and here I am, 2.5 hours after going to bed again. Coffee done, which is, well, in this video now. You are not. You are still allowing yourselves to be hoodwinked. The North American fucking IGs in particular, insofar as that NSA-owned hardware hereabouts, not the proxy devices in the walls. I mean hardware hereabouts on European continent, here nearabouts near the nearest node, and also towards Albion somehow. NSA-owned, actual NSA-owned hardware is being utilized for this. And there is absolutely no reason why you fuckers should allow that. No matter what IG on North America you belong to, you allow NSA-owned hardware to be utilized for torturing you. And the NSA might say, oh, we're not torturing him. No, but they allow their hardware to be utilized to torture me. Okay? And I assure you also that a whole lot of the recordings that are being utilized to be shot there, whether recordings, past torture sessions being minutely recorded way back when they happened, and then through the extraction protocols, and also all the ongoing as best as possible being recorded through the extraction protocols, as in, on the ports list and the actual, on the BIOS side of things, the ongoing, and then hand edited. Those are being, with hand edited, I mean on a computer that is a real fucking computer that is hand edited by people, and then it's shoved in as pretty much a playback, right? Like on music you have a playback. You can actually sing or you can just move your fucking lips to a playback. This shit is shoved in the fashion of a playback, so that the idea and concept and hope is all of the bio-functioning and biological ongoing shit that was recorded then is trying to be triggered by it. It's actually an activating playback. Okay, that is recordings. Just that it doesn't work really, and just that it never worked really, and the depth and width at which they try to utilize and try to go for effects with recordings don't work, and so on and so forth. But it is, what it is what they use it for. I mean, at least that's the only purpose that it all works to some extent, is discrediting and trying to drag my attention elsewhere. For instance, when in the past I have clearly identified it being, say, a fucking upbound attack, they might shove as part of the recording into my fields and believe it is the upbound. Right? The recording of how back when I would identify it, not believe it to be, but identify it as the upbound, they would have that in a recording and shove it in order to throw me at trying to identify who it is. The only difference is that, as I said, actual hardware node IDing cannot be outscreamed by whatever fake shit coming in through the recording, through the playback. Okay? Like, if you're in the Royal Albert Hall performing, you know you are in the Royal Albert Hall. And if they shove in the recording, remember how it was Wembley Stadium? Then that doesn't work, because you know you're not in Wembley Stadium, you're in the Royal fucking Albert Hall. Okay? You're on that stage there. You might just be playback there, but doing playback there, but you are in the Royal Albert Hall and not in the fucking Wembley Stadium. So actual node IDing does carry if it comes in the way, especially if they don't give a rat's ass to hide it. Because they know I can tell it. I've been able to tell it again and again and again, especially when they go very directly in. And they know that no one apparently gives a rat's ass anyway. And at the end, they say, no, we don't know what they're doing. Oh, no, we're not doing anything. No, please don't nuke Fort Meade. No. Someone will have to nuke Fort Meade. Someone will have to sink fucking Albion, ABCD, and someone will have to do away with the upbound. And someone will have to do away with the bitch queens. At least partially here and there, in North America would be a good place to start. Everything else I can do. But some of you fuckers out there, whoever you are, wherever you are, you have to start with some of these things, or mankind goes to the dogs. For your information, they are trying That was actually a little insight here. These last few seconds of what I just said were actually, what was he called? Scorpius. That was a character from Farscape. They tried to, they haven't done this in a long time. It's actually pretty funny. It worked pretty well. It didn't, I mean, considering how nothing works these days, down the lines of these functionalities and whatnot, considering how nothing works these days, the Scorpius tone was pretty good, actually. I laud whoever fucking is paying attention right now live and shoved that in as a ridicule. Probably the Google fuckers, YouTube background. It was inappropriate, which is why my phases resisted it. Okay? The reason why it only was subpar after all was it is inappropriate because my phases resisted it, and they're probably discrediting that TV series too, namely Farscape. The last time I mentioned Farscape, I'd just seen the first 6 episodes or something, and now I've watched all the episodes there are, including that 3-hour movie that they had a little later. I could talk endlessly about that shit and how different seasons they try to discredit in different ways and try to hoodwink people in different ways or whatnot. It's all a bunch of shit. I mentioned the Scorpius tone and mannerism attempt here, just in order to demonstrate that while I'm recording this video, they are so fucking funny to ridicule me yet. There's a single reason why I don't bring it up. And because I thought it funny, because I recognized it. Even, I mean, I would have recognized it anyhow, but they shoved in a please recognize it. Okay? So, NSA owned, NSA/Pentagon owned, that's the same fucking thing. It's not NSA versus Pentagon. That is the same fucking thing. NSA/Pentagon owned American hardware of this shit technology is being utilized. And there are fuckers in fucking America who say, no, we don't use it. Oh my God, they must have hacked over there. No, they did not. They allow fucking Albion filth and fucking local filth to utilize it against me. They allow that. And sometimes, quite frequently actually, when no one in America is looking, they utilize it themselves to do me in. For no good reason. North Americans, please get going. I would really appreciate that.